Welcome to Our Lady of the Dead, where we delve into the mysteries of the past, uncovering facts, myths and lore, alongside captivating fiction stories spanning genres like tropical gothic, mystery, science fiction and horror. Now let's journey into the unknown and explore a fascinating true story that time has forgotten. Come with me to the Southside Cemetery in Rockhampton, Queensland, Australia. This historic site holds untold stories of dedication, sacrifice and service. Hidden among the rows of graves are the unassuming markers of the Sisters of Mercy, whose lives were nothing short of extraordinary. The old cemetery appears asleep under the penetrating noon sun. On a typical winter day in tropical Queensland in the middle of June, it is 23 degrees Celsius and the sky is the deepest baby blue. There's a crispiness in the air that only comes after the dew falls. Ancient banyan trees, gnarled and immense, stand sentinel over the forgotten souls below, threatening to swallow them. Their hanging roots, like skeletal fingers, claw at the empty air, reaching, always reaching, for fertile soil. Their branches sway to a silent, mournful tune. These trees have witnessed countless seasons of drought, flooding and everything in between. Their gnarled limbs are a testament to the unrelenting passage of time. The church stands in silent vigil from across the road, its bells permanently hushed. The cemetery, though, is a place of whispers, where secrets are swallowed by the earth and stories are etched in stone. I walk among the headstones drawn by an unseen force. Each grave marker holds a life lived, a story forgotten, a tale untold. A lone magpie caws its mournful cry echoing through the stillness. This is a place where the veil between worlds is almost open. This is how we remember. I stand there alone, holding my breath, waiting for the veil of time to thin so I can hear a story to share with the world. Tales of lives lived, loves lost and sacrifices made. The whispers of the past are carried on the wind, a soft murmur that speaks of joy and sorrow, of triumph and tragedy. In the quiet of noon, when shadows are short, you can almost feel the presence of those who have gone before, their spirits lingering in the air. Listen closely, and you might hear them, the echoes of the dead. Their voices, though faint, resonate through the cemetery, a haunting melody that speaks of life, love, loss, friendship, hardship, and more. I pass headstones of different denominations. The cemetery is divided by religious groups. As I reach the Roman Catholic section, I see the headstones clustered together, closer, more numerous than in other areas, yet most were worn smooth by time and neglect. A weathered angel statue stands guard, its features softened by time. The angel's expression is one of eternal vigilance, a silent guardian watching over the souls that rest here. Its presence is a symbol of hope and protection, a reminder that even in death there is care, protection and company. I'm a lone figure among the graves, and as I pause to read the inscriptions, a soul somewhere can perhaps hear their name uttered. Each step taken is a journey through history, a connection to the lives that once were. I add a human touch to the silent landscape, filled only with the sounds of nature. The rustling of dead leaves, the fluttering of wings, the faraway cawing and singing of invisible birds. This reminds me, neither life nor the past is ever truly gone. Hidden among the rows of graves, I find 9 simple and unassuming headstones, white crosses identical, aligned to perfection that concealed the exceptional lives of 13 Sisters of Mercy and 1 novice. In times of dire need, they were a beacon of hope. These women dedicated their lives to tending to the sick, the poor, and the forgotten souls cast aside by society. Rockhampton, a fledgling town carved from the Queensland wilderness, was a place of rugged beauty and harsh realities. The land was untamed, the people resilient, and the challenges immense. It was into this world that a small group of women, clad in sombre habits, arrived. Their presence was both a beacon of hope and a symbol of unwavering faith. They were the Sisters of Mercy, answering a call to serve the sick and the poor. Their mission was clear, their resolve unshakable. As I trace my fingers over the cool stone of the nearest grave, I can barely make out the inscription, worn smooth by laying bare exposed to the elements for so long. It simply reads, Mother Mary Rose. Her burial date was illegible and no last name was inscribed, only her religious name. Many nuns adopted new names upon taking their vows, making the task of locating them in cemetery records challenging, though not impossible. After many days of research, I uncovered that she was born Mary Rose Birmingham. She played a pivotal role in the Order's expansion in Rockhampton. She devoted her life to charitable works, including education and healthcare. Mother Mary Rose passed away on November 20th, 1913, at the age of 56, due to heart failure. Next to her stands a cross for Sister Mary Stanislaus, born Margaret Conan. She was a pioneer during a time of profound societal transformation, constantly moving between smaller communities, funding new missions and convents from Mount Morgan to Townsville. She passed away on April 29, 1914, at the age of 74. Next in line is the headstone of Sister Mary Agnes White, born Mary A. White. She dedicated her life to service within the Sisters of Mercy. As age took its toll, she succumbed to senile decay and passed away on November 26, 1914, at the age of 75. I take a couple of steps and read the inscriptions out loud. For an instant, the memory of these women come alive again. They're remembered, called forth. Born Elizabeth Doyle, Sister Mary Bernard served until tuberculosis claimed her life on January 3, 1916, at the age of 56. She is buried alongside Sister Mary Stanislaus Fenton, a novice who passed away on September 2, 1915, from cancer at the age of 45. The next marker belongs to Sister Mary Sweeney, whose life of service ended on June 14, 1918, when she passed away at the age of 54. Born Catherine Hoare, Sister Veronica Hoare lived a long life of dedication within the Sisters of Mercy. She passed away on July 26, 1924, at the age of 79. She is buried with Sister Mary Roch Ryan, born Mary Ryan, who died on December 31, 1924, at the age of 36. Sister Patrick Higgins, born Mary Higgins, served the Sisters of Mercy with devotion and faith. She passed away on August 15, 1921, at the age of 70, and is buried alongside Sister Mary Fidelis Geison, who died on November 30, 1921. Sister Fane Keane, known in her early years as Mary Fay A. Keane, lived to the age of 77, passing away on November 9, 1922. She is buried alongside Sister Ita Lee, who died on September 24, 1923, at the age of 59. Amelia Taylor, known as Sister Mary Modwina Taylor, dedicated her life to the Sisters of Mercy. She also took on a pioneering role, funding new schools and offering healthcare in remote areas of far North Queensland. She passed away on November 24, 1925, at the age of 70. Her grave, shared with Mother Mary Vincent Brady, who died on December 16, 1926, at the age of 71, stands as a testament to their lives of unwavering faith and service. A list of dates and names doesn't capture their essence. I felt compelled to uncover more about these women whose neat row of white crosses carved a scar on my mind. Where did they come from? Why come here? A newspaper article from 1923 in the Capricornian provided some answers. Published to mark the Golden Jubilee, 50 years of the Order in Australia, it recounted the Sisters of Mercy's journey to Rockhampton. The Order itself was founded by Catherine Macaulay in Dublin, Ireland. Using her wealth, she established a home for working girls and orphans in 1827, laying the foundation for a legacy that would spread across the globe. The Sisters of Mercy also left their mark on the international stage. In 1856, Reverend Mother Evangelist Fitzpatrick founded a convent in Buenos Aires, Argentina, where they are known as Las Hermanas de la Misericordia. They had arrived in Argentina at a time when a civil war was active, where two parties, Unitarios and Federales, fought to decide if Argentina would become a republic or would remain a bunch of United States. Due to the political turmoil in Argentina that eventually forced them to leave, the sisters' influence and dedication left a lasting legacy that remains until today. I visited their church and convent frequently in my youth as I worked just across the street at the Central Bank of República de Argentina, BCRA. The convent now houses a beautiful restaurant. After 20 years in Buenos Aires, Mother Fitzpatrick and the sisters were recalled due to the political disturbances in the Republic. Undeterred, she went on to establish another house in Mount Gambier, South Australia, continuing their mission of service and compassion. At the same time, and a fact that has been mainly forgotten, the Sisters of Mercy from London and Dublin sent contingents to nurse during the Crimean War, working with Miss Florence Nightingale. 5 sisters, including Sister Mary Clare Moore, whose niece, Sister Mary Teresa, was a member of the Rockhampton community as Superioress, had set forth from Bermondsey, the first convent of mercy founded in England. When Sister Clare was forced to return in a dying condition from the Crimea, Miss Nightingale wrote to her, "You were far above me in fitness for the general superintendency, in worldly talent of administration, and far more in the spiritual qualifications which God values in a superior. But I should be glad that the Bishop of Southwark and Dr. Manning know that you were valued here as you deserve, and that the gratitude of the army is yours." Sister Mary Aloysius Doyle had received from Queen Victoria the Royal Red Cross. A special monument had been erected by the British government in memory of the Sisters of Mercy who laboured and died in Crimea. In Australia, the sisters' journey began in 1845 with the establishment of a community in Perth. From there, their mission expanded to Melbourne in 1857, Geelong in 1863, and many other locations. In 1860, Dr. Quinn set sail with 5 priests and 6 Sisters of Mercy, landing in Brisbane in 1861, where most of the city was still bushland. The Brisbane convent, founded by Reverend Mother Vincent Whitty, quickly grew, with reinforcements arriving from Dublin and Hull in 1872. When the Diocese of Brisbane was divided in 1882, Frater John Carney became the first Bishop of Rockhampton, and the Sisters of Mercy in Rockhampton established a separate foundation. The story of the Sisters of Mercy in Rockhampton began in 1873 when the first contingent was brought from Brisbane, led by Rev Mother Brigid Conran. Bowen was the next convent opened by the Rockhampton community. In 1883, Sister Mary Modwina led the charge, accompanied by Sister Mary Stanislaus and Sister Winifred. The Reverend Father Ware conducted the sisters to a private house since the convent was not yet ready for occupation. School was opened the next day in the church. The Bowen sisters now form part of the Townsville community. The Ravenswood convent was established from Rockhampton in 1890. Sister Mary Muradak, Superior, Sister Mary Stanislaus and Sister Anne were the pioneers there. Like Bowen, Ravenswood is now one of Townsville's branch convents. In 1890, the Sisters of Mercy embarked on a daring journey to Mount Morgan. Reverend Mother Agnes, along with Sisters Mary Gonzaga, Raphael and Philomena, travelled by carriage through uncharted territory, as there were no railways in those days. Their grit was evident as they repeatedly disembarked to navigate treacherous sections of the road and ascend the steepest parts of Razorback Track to Mount Morgan. The terrain from Razorback to Mount Morgan in the late 19th century was quite challenging and rugged. Razorback is a notorious mountain ridge known for its steep inclines and treacherous paths. Many horses broke their legs trying to go downhill. The journey involved navigating narrow, winding roads that were often in poor condition as the area is prone to erosion, making them difficult to traverse, especially by carriage. Travellers between Rockhampton and Mount Morgan faced rocky and uneven ground, with numerous sharp turns and sudden drops that required careful manoeuvring. The lack of proper infrastructure meant that the roads were not well maintained, or that there were no marked roads, adding to the peril. Additionally, the region was densely forested, posing further obstacles such as fallen trees and thick underbrush. The journey to Mount Morgan would have been arduous, with the travellers frequently needing to disembark and walk over the most dangerous parts. The area was also plagued by dangerous wildlife, adding to the dangers they had to face. The climate could be harsh, with extreme heat and dry conditions. Wildfires, torrential monsoons, and flooding were common occurrences too. Overall, the terrain presented a significant test of endurance, determination and courage, making the Sisters of Mercy's journey a true testament to their strength and pioneering spirit. These women exhibited a toughness that matched or exceeded that of most men of the era. They ventured further, enduring encounters with poisonous snakes and insects, extreme heat, poor living quarters, all while wearing heavy, thick habits that likely made the task at hand more arduous. Their courage and resilience were unparalleled, proving they were as gutsy as they come. In July 1895, the sisters moved their headquarters to Agnes Street, creating the mother house of the community under the title of Our Lady of Good Counsel. They were nurses, caregivers, counselors and teachers, offering not only medical aid but also spiritual comfort. Each sister brought her own unique touch to the care she provided, whether it was a gentle hand on a fevered brow or a whispered prayer in the dead of night. Their work was not just a duty but a calling, a mission to bring light to the darkest of times. In 1906, Stuart MacDonald purchased Kenmore House in Ward Street following the death of its owner, John Ferguson. Built for Ferguson in 1894, Kenmore House has been described as the grandest mansion ever to be built in Rockhampton. The MacDonalds owned Kenmore for some years, but considered it to be too large for use as a private home and sold it in 1915 to the Sisters of Mercy. The Sisters of Mercy later established the Mater Misericordiae Hospital in the building. The hospital on the Athelstan Range Hills was more than just a building, it was a sanctuary, a place where the human spirit was nurtured and healed. You will find their final resting places only a few blocks away. Simple white crosses with their inscriptions worn smooth mark the graves of these remarkable women. Each stone tells a story, a testament to lives lived in service of others. Despite the scandals and stories of abuse in orphanages that have emerged in recent decades related to the conduct of some members of the Catholic faith, we must recognize the sisters' dedication, toughness, and their efforts to make a difference, even if their vision of a better world was imperfect. Humanity will always be judged by the mistakes of its time. Though they were not without flaws, the sisters did the best they could with what they had, living in a different era and likely enduring extreme hardships themselves. Their simple grave markers do not refuse the profound legacy they left, and their contributions, both positive and negative, remain invaluable to the community and the world. As I leave the cemetery and step back into the world, I carry with me the whispers of the past. And I invite you to remember the Sisters of Mercy, their sacrifices, their unwavering faith, and their enduring legacy. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history, as we pay tribute to the unrecognized, imperfect heroines of Rockhampton. Their stories, like their lives, are a testament to their enduring values. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest adventures into the unknown.